Welcome back, folks. You here along with the ride on a couple of homies trying to keep it a buck, keep it a bean, and keep it clean. But we gonna start off this ride by asking you: did you like, comment, or subscribe, or better yet, do all three? What you mean? Come take this walk with us as we get down to a dirty batch of topics. I got my boys here, co-host Mr. Nico. How you feeling today?
What's going on, brother? I'm doing great. How you doing?
Man, blessed and highly favored out here. Over there in the fellow Atlanta native shit, Mr. Rose. How you peddling? How you working over there?
Black and blessed, beloved.
I understand. I understand. And skip to my Lou, Mr. Dirty himself, at the best at keeping it clean out of the Midwest, Mr. Ev. What's going on?
What's going down? What's going down? I'm blessed and highly favored. How y'all doing? How
Yes,
y'all
sir.
doing?
Yes, sir. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, y'all. Appreciate having y'all here listening to us. My name is
Man,
Ray,
fuck all that. I'm on
aka L
y'all
from the
ass
door,
though.
bro. It's okay, man. It's okay, man. I want y'all to know if you out there watching, you out there listening, man. We came in hot. We came in hot. I'm expecting some panders. But just to give y'all a little preview of what some of the dirty batch of topics we got, we have a response: Drake versus UMG. We have a potential prison reform conversation, and then especially for Rose, what does submission look like in relationships? What is that? What does that feel like? You know what I'm saying? So we gonna go ahead and get into it. But I want to start off. We got some follow-ups, man. Stephen A. Stephen A. gave some compliments. He was on his
Bronny.
ass last week. Stephen A. gave some
Bronny.
compliments, man. Is the
Hey,
tour
Bronny,
over?
it gotta be over. Bronny pulled up and gave niggas 17.
You said
Bronny
about
put
time?
Bronny put Bronny put Giannis on skates.
You
Man,
said
You
about
heard?
time?
You heard?
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? You said about time?
shout out to Bronny, man. Bronny
Shout out to
pulled up
Bronny.
and put and Ev. What's this
Is the NASA
TA
still
stuff you
better?
was talking, brother?
it's
What we
over
doing?
with. Over with. I'm sorry, man.
All
Yeah,
right,
TA. I
all
was
right.
I was
Keep it
joking. I
clean.
was
What
making
happened?
jokes, but it was terrible, bro. Bronny 1920 coming
Hey,
along strong. He doing his thing. I apologize
hey.
because he
See,
almost shook the brother, and Giannis fouled him. We got to be keeping it clean. Giannis fouled him
keep
to
it clean,
say he
man.
looking crazy. He's gonna be on the highlight tape for that
Yeah,
play.
that boy on skates.
So, hey, shout out
Yeah,
to Bronny.
man.
He coming along great. I hope he
Yeah,
finds
man. Hey,
continued success.
I just want y'all to know out there, man. We keep it so clean, bro. Ever the first one to have to clean up his own statements, and that's gonna happen here. We take accountability. We take accountability.
We
You
absolutely
know what
do.
I'm saying? So that's okay, bro. You know, hey, the Nas is pretty much what Ed just told you. You want to notice. This
The
nigga done already
asses.
came and passed. You went from ass to being better than you, dog. So
And
go
asses for
home.
sure.
The asses. I'm sorry. I had to actually go
Nah,
look
bro,
at
Asses.
that
go home, man.
highlight clip of the low light clip. I'm sorry. I actually went and looked at that one, and
It was
yeah,
bad.
bro, the asses. Yeah,
And, and
sorry.
more follow-up news. Teyana responded. Teyana responded, man. We got the answers, dog. And to Ev Golden Point, one of her highlights said, he ain't hoops since 2020. It's been me running this house.
I built this shit.
Me got
Brick
money on my
by
arm. You
brick.
got no money on your
I,
arm.
I've been me before you. I was me during you. And I
I'ma
will
be
continue
me
to be
after
me
you.
after you.
Come
Oh,
on,
hey,
man.
we also got to say she even said it. The stuff she kept was what she
It was
paid
her
for.
shit.
What she paid
And
for.
You be,
you
That's
was
all I was
crashing.
saying.
You was crashing whips.
you
That's
believe
all I
that?
was saying.
So,
Yes,
so let
bro.
me give y'all a
Yeah.
rundown
Yes,
really
bro.
quick, just some highlights of what she said. She said,
Oh,
first and
you believe
foremost,
it?
Yes.
Oh,
first
okay,
and foremost, let me
okay,
give her
okay,
side of
for
the
sure.
story. We covered them all. We got to cover hers. So based on what she put out there, she said first and foremost, she only ever really wanted to protect him, him, her children, and herself. He's the one that made the divorce public. That's what she's saying, right? She also said she has proof that he been paying blog sites to air out information. This is the
Mm,
game she giving us. This is what she putting down.
mm,
She has the proof that y'all wouldn't even know about this if it wasn't for Mandu.
mm.
Don't give me that face, Rose.
Keep
You
talking.
asked, do he get the publishing? This sounds like something that a dude that hasn't had a contract since 2020 might have had to do. Then third, Amon made his money. She says she understands he a basketball player, but so did she. been in the game since she was 15, had
Like I
active
said,
deals then and have active deals now.
like I
She's
said,
acting, she got endorsement, she got fashion line, she got the music. She said she do this. And she's
Tiana
been
Taylor
true
been
to this,
famous
dog.
since we was in middle school, brother.
Since we was in middle school, man.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
And any of the money into the divorce that she is getting back is what he more or less owed her in the first place. Thank you for
Managers.
your time. It's
You
a
wrecking
business.
whips. You wrecking
It's a
whips.
business.
Come on, man.
Rose, y'all look like you got a response. What you got,
Sound
man?
like a
It's,
pretty
it's just
fair
a follow up.
ordeal.
It's just a follow up.
I need to start selling any type of product, like anything, because niggas just believe whatever.
What
I
what
just
make
need
you
to
feel
sell
like it's
whatever.
false? What make you feel like it's
You
false,
need to
man?
sell. We ain't heard Iman say nothing.
We also can just follow the trail of what we are seeing with our eyes.
Now let's
How
follow
things
the
look.
trail. Nah.
How things
Hey
look.
man, all I know is Amon didn't start doing podcasts until the divorce came out.
Hey, man.
Why my son Iman can't get the sprinter though?
Because
He
it ain't
capable of it.
his. It's not your
She
sprinter.
be lying, bro.
It's not your
She be
sprinter.
lying.
It's not your sprinter.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
be
She
lying.
said all the important stuff, dog.
It's not your
She said all
sprinter.
the important
I
stuff,
ain't gonna lie
man.
though, like on some no funny shit, on some no bullshit. It's hard to even understand what the fuck going on because Iman ain't talk.
Talk with what?
He
Talk
ain't
with
gave his
what?
side of the
The empty
story.
house? You want to hear his echoes? Is this
Oh,
what you
that's
want to
what niggas
do?
doing. I see what's going on.
He
Now,
ain't gave his side of the story.
I
What
will
you
say
mean?
this.
It wasn't supposed to be public.
If
I
we
see
do
what's going on.
believe that he was feeding the bloggers, he has told his side of the story.
Y'all be believing them hoes,
If
man.
that's what I said. If
I
we
mean,
did, if we
So
are,
we're not gonna speak about Tiana Taylor like that. We're not doing that.
I'm
We're
not even on the
doing
belief
that.
system just yet. It's too early to be believing in the episode. We just trying to keep it clean. Make sure
and
we
again,
hear
I'm
both sides
looking
of
at the
story.
outside of things. Like I'm the one who said it. That man ain't hooped. He ain't a hoop contract of that nature. in
That's
4
your that's
5
your
years.
first break, Nick.
That ain't no break.
So, we
That's your
just being
first break, bro.
real. She was the breadwinner. So,
Hey, Rose, you got the answer to your question? Do we have publishing? Because where else is the money coming from?
That's what I'm
Do we got
saying,
publishing?
bro. All
Look,
signs lead.
I saw my dog on some little active shit. He get money.
He just died. He just died on the show.
You heard me say that last week. Don't do
It
that.
don't matter. It's still a fact. He just died.
You heard me say that last week. Don't do
It's
that.
still a
Hey
fact.
man, because he died in the show, and honestly, I'm sure he died in real life when he heard her in her live saying, "Let me just get my back blown out in peace." She ended
I'm
the
gonna be
live
honest.
with
That was
that.
a little unnecessary. You ain't gonna say that.
Come
He
on,
died
Ray.
in the
Come
To
show,
on.
thousands of
That hurt.
people.
That hurt.
Come
and
on.
he died.
Come on.
He
That
died in real life.
Come on.
Come on, man.
We have to
Come
do
on.
that.
That hurt. That hurt. You taking all the bread out his pocket and then hitting him with the yo. Let me just, you know what I'm saying?
But I ain't gonna
Go
lie
get
though.
slid.
But
She said my dog crashed a goddamn Rolls Royce.
come on.
Yeah,
She said my dog goddamn wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. He, maneuvering. I ain't gonna lie, but if I wreck that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? If it's in your name, go ahead and fix that bitch.
No.
Oh my god, bro.
How about no? How about you owe me that
Oh my
bread?
god.
You owe me that
We're gonna
bread.
have a good time today.
Run me that bread
So
and get up
I
out
owe
of
you
here.
that bread. If I wreck that bitch, it's in your name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Hey, boy,
If
Bring me
if
mine.
I'm driving your
fried,
car,
bro.
if I'm driving your car in your name. If I'm driving your car, I wreck your shit. I don't owe you shit because it's in your name.
Hey man,
Yeah,
with
if
that
you
being
wreck my
said, really quick,
fucking Nissan, I'm on your ass.
Nigga, if y'all wreck your Rolls Royce, you definitely on my ass. What you talking about?
My son Iman got some little bread though.
Watch out, man.
Oh, really?
should you have to pay? Should you have to pay back a relationship?
No.
What do you mean?
Because the damages, according to her, she said these damages occurred during the relationship while they were
That's what I'm
married.
saying.
Should you have
She
to
locked in.
reimburse a relationship?
If the
She locked
agreement
in
is
on
that
some
you was,
shit. Nope.
if the agreement is that you was gonna
Nope.
pay back what it was, then you should pay back what it was.
No,
You
because
right?
that wasn't
They
the
had,
agreement.
allegedly had a contract. Allegedly had a contract.
Come on, man.
Yeah. All right.
Allegedly.
Come on,
That
man.
wasn't the agreement. She tried to lock in and hit my man's with the, oh yeah, you said you was gonna pay back the Rolls Royce. You said you was gonna pay back the Sprinter. You said yeah, but
Yeah,
I
that's a
ain't say
mental
that.
note.
I ain't say that.
I do have to be honest. If we keeping
I
it
ain't say
clean,
that.
if she ended her live that way, I can only imagine what she fired off on him in the house. Like he thought he had bars, but I'm sure she got some shit off on that nigga.
She lost respect
And
for
that's
him.
how I know niggas ain't never even been through shit. I knew that face she made. I knew what was going on. That was the she was trying to hit that boy with
You
the
saying she got a
little
better Euro
layup.
step than him? That's crazy.
Yeah, you're
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I see
And
what
he
you're
a pro.
You got a better Euro than him? That's
Yeah, for
He
crazy.
sure.
went pro. He went pro.
Hey Nick, what we said? You fuck with your album?
I mean,
Hey
oh,
man, because man, you think she got some crazy bars?
Nah, fuck all that.
Why
Why
you
you
on
ain't
that?
mad at Kanye, but you mad at me?
all right.
Why you living your life on a TV show?
You want to
That's my
do that?
response to you. Why you living your life on a TV show? You been
Nah, man.
you trying to dance with a star on a TV? You already been with me. You living that? What you talking about?
Just don't want
Since
to
you want
get
to talk
down to the
about
bottom
Kanye,
of it.
since you went on Dancing with the Stars, and I'm still a better dancer with you. What do you want to do, Amon? I'm better than you at everything. Stop talking to me.
Kanye taking all your pub. Why you won't let me get something?
And that's why I took yours, nigga. He took mine. I
That's
took
crazy.
yours.
You
Yeah, big
foul.
bang, big
You
bang.
foul.
If
You
you've been
foul.
hooping since 2019, 2020, you might be able to
My
talk to me a little
my
bit. Big
son,
bang.
my sonny mom just want to get his bars off, get a little pub, get his little shit going, and here fucking Ray go. He want to fuck him over.
Fuck him over.
I ain't re- I
Fuck
ain't
him
really with
over,
that.
He
man.
did it himself.
He was wrecking
I'm just
whips
saying, bar for
and
bar, for
violating the
bar.
contract, bro. This
You gotta
you
go bar
did
for
this.
bar,
What
bro.
contract?
Your marriage contract, nigga.
You seen
Allegedly.
it?
According to them, they violated it.
Oh, you be believing
Ju-
these hoes. That's what I'm
Which is why
saying.
we here in the first place.
I don't have to believe the hoes. I do believe the judge. Judge said something in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on,
so when
man.
y'all was pressing me earlier, y'all believe in the white man?
Was it Judge White? I don't know. I generally don't know. Was it
Oh,
Judge White?
We're not gonna go into that, man.
everybody got quiet. All right.
We
All
gonna
right.
leave that alone for
Everybody
Oh,
got
right now.
quiet.
okay.
We're gonna leave that
Okay.
alone for
Okay.
now.
Okay. So your attorney present is what you're saying, Rose. That's your attorney?
Yeah,
Speaking of
man. I
attorneys,
got my
though,
boy
what's
right here.
crazy is speaking of attorneys, man. Today
Free Big U.
marks
Nope.
today marks the 1 year,
Nope.
the 1 year of the response to arguably one of the greatest beats that we ever seen in rap.
Facts.
Today marks the first time that we heard the Like That verse. And in
Damn, it's been a
essence of
year?
today, we just went to find it's been a
Today.
year as of today, my man.
Today.
So
Today is the year anniversary.
Sheesh.
yeah, man. So we heard the words, motherfuck the big three, nigga. It's just big. UMG is talking crazy to Drake, bro. UMG is talking
It's
crazy
just,
to
USG
Drake.
is talking ridiculously to Drake right now,
I
bro.
love that.
I
it's
don't.
just Big U, for sure.
UMG is talking crazy, man. What y'all
That's
thinking
the
about
triple
this
out
big
this
three?
world. I love it.
They talking crazy, bro.
I want to know who wrote. I want to know who wrote this. That's what I want to know. I want to know who wrote this, and I want to know what their Spotify or Apple library looks like. That's what I want to know. Because it's no way that you a Drake fan, or maybe they are a Drake fan and they wrote this. But like either way, they talking crazy to this man, bro. They talking crazy to this man and this dog.
Yeah.
Do you think they paid the writers that allegedly wrote for him?
Who, Quentin?
I didn't want to put a name out there. I didn't want to put a name out
You
there.
think they started grabbing folks and was like, yeah, you want to add in like a Kanye record?
You think that how many of them 20 that Kendrick went against do you think they hired to write this response?
Oh man.
Dog. They said instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be. Can you even say that in a legal
Like that's
document?
crazy.
can you say that to somebody in the legal document?
Like that's crazy to say.
And like the like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Can you talk to people like this in court?
In a legal
So-
proceeding, that just sounds kind of absurd to say.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
you know
so
what I'm saying?
let's break it down, man. What y'all thinking? Who want to go first? What y'all thinking? What y'all's response?
This is the Drake Kendrick L. This is a Drake L part 89. What else is I don't know what else it is to say. They said everything we said on Twitter.
And that's, bro, I thought it was fake the very first time I read it because it's like, bro, they saying this in there?
They saying everything we said on Twitter
Like,
in
what?
that
world?
motion.
You saying
But-
UNG don't got bars like that?
No, I'm saying we was right and they're correct. And it now, like, legally, you look like a fool. Like at first it was just like Twitter talk, like, y'all just on Twitter. Now in the court, it's like, no, bro, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You signed a petition to not have rap lyrics in court like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now here you are suing with rap lyrics in court. What are we doing? What are we doing? Get this nigga, bro. Get this nigga out of here, man. Get this nigga out of here. That's my reaction. Get this nigga out of here. What you got to say, Rose? Get your man out of here, bro.
You know
Rose
that's not
wrote
my
it.
man.
That's why.
You know that's not my man, and you know I don't fuck with that nigga. And I'm gonna keep it cool. I'm gonna pass it off the Ray. Like I'm gonna keep it cool. Like,
Oh, you pandering already?
Oh, you
It's
out
a
of here?
pander break?
I gotta pander. I'm finna drop some. I can't even.
I got you.
I'm about to drop, bro.
That's one.
I can't even.
That's one for Rose.
That's one.
down
I
for
can't
Rose.
even do all that.
Yeah, I can. That shit whack. That shit whack.
It's terrible, man. That shit
This nigga has record companies explaining what rap beef is in legal jargon.
You got to figure out a different way to come at it. He can't figure out a way to come at it. How the fuck you going?
transition?
How the
That's crazy.
Ray?
Because I was willing to lean in with you. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I was low key willing to lean in.
No, you know what? No. Lean in. Come on, let's do it. Oh, is that why it's not working for him? Is that why it's not working for him? Are they looking at him like he's a rapper? Is that what's happening right now?
He got
Boy,
little
you are
bank,
a
bro.
nigga.
Hey, that Rose, that yes, what you just said. I was gonna
You
say
are
that
a
now.
nigga.
That's the
Yeah,
play
bro.
now. That's the
Because
play.
even in his best case scenario, if you kept it what Rose was saying, and you just go even now that it's washed out, your bank don't look like mine, your power don't look like mine. So now that it's a clean wash, and it is what it is, we cancel each other out here, but can you cancel out these other things?
It's
You
what
came to
he's
me.
doing.
That's
What he's doing to
baboon.
the other rappers is getting reversed on him. Because when he's trying to play
That's
that same
baboon
game
and monkey
with the label
jargon.
now.
He don't
Yeah.
like that shit.
It's
He
business.
don't like that shit. That boy Lucian on his ass.
It's business.
It is what it is,
Taylor,
bro.
I still got Taylor. I can make
No, we're not giving you
from somebody that
$500
you
million,
not.
bro.
Like,
Niggas don't even want to
you-
get down to the root. Niggas don't want to get down to the root.
Because listen to how he flipped it. It's crazy because you watched him. It's like once we cancel each other out, you watch me do you better. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, pettiness, crazy, pettiness, pew-pews, right?
That's monkey jargon and baboon babble.
He
We're
has
not doing
sued
that.
his own record label in a misguided attempt to salve his wounds. Salve his wounds.
Salve
Don't tell
his
me what I'm
wounds.
salving, dog.
They just told you lost.
Plaintiff's complaint is utterly without merit and should be dismissed
look,
with
though.
prejudice.
Nick, Ray, if I could pay you motherfuckers 100 million, why would I pay you 700?
And
Hey.
that's a true
Hey.
assessment to say.
Did y'all look at the paperwork there?
What you said?
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
asking. I'm like, this is a real question. If I could give you 100 million, why would I give you 700?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I know if I could just keep giving you 100 and you'll take it.
Yeah,
Why would
taking
I?
it for the love.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what Jay-Z was trying to tell him the whole time.
Because
No,
But did y'all
we're not doing
look
that.
at the
Yeah.
paperwork? Though?
No, yeah, we are doing
I
that. That's what Jay-Z was telling you the entire time.
We not doing Jay-Z because he want to put the black face on the "Let me fuck you." We're not
For
doing that.
sure. That's fair.
We're not doing that.
That's fair.
We're
Yeah,
not
That's
doing
fair
that.
work.
yeah.
That's fair
But
work.
the reason why I asked,
Nah.
did y'all look at the paperwork? Y'all see they quoted his bar before they got into their bars in the
Yeah.
response, right? At the
Mhm.
top of it saying, "Yeah, I want it all. That's why I
This
strive
me.
for it. This me, you'll never hear a reply for it."
You've been
Drake.
replying.
You can't try to go sue the motherfuckers that put you in position. It just don't work like that.
I
It don't
mean,
work like that, bro.
you can.
Unless it's an actual provable offense.
Yeah, like you can. It's just gonna be tough. I think where he
Yeah.
loses his footing is he keeps trying to make this seem like it's a fight that it's not. He keeps trying to frame this as he's trying to fight for the bigger artist when in actuality he's trying to fight for a bigger bag for himself. And everybody can see that. And it seems like he's the only person that thinks everybody else can't see that. Like we see what you're doing, bro.
I also think one of the highlights here is
It's-
he, unlike a lot of his other peers, it does look, at least on the surface, compared to other rappers that are at least either of his age or have been in the game for a little bit, he doesn't have a transition out of rap that's sustainable. So for other rappers like from the Ludas to T.I.s and 50s that transition into acting, or the Jays and Ricks and whoever that got more into the business side, from the looks of it, it looks like everything that Drake has, even when it comes to endorsements, was just like a quick sign off. We partnership here, but he doesn't have anything
You've
to
been selling
transition
your
out. And that looks
ass.
like, what I'm saying?
There's an
That's why it looks
alternate
like he's
universe where that
fighting
nigga
so
is
hard.
Will Smith. There's an alternate universe that nigga's supposed to be Will Smith.
Yeah, but you
But
try to
Yeah,
be a gangster.
yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
there's, you know,
Is Drake an industry plant?
no,
I say no because
absolutely not.
he was no,
I,
no, no.
What would
Nigga
I
was
incline
watched
that
I
around
if you're
watched
trap
Drake
talking
come
about?
up with my
like
own eyes.
right.
Fuck no.
And what was his come up?
I watched him come up with my own eyes.
What was his come up?
Bro, I was in motherfucking middle school watching him rap with Lil Wayne. Like, what are you
Right.
talking about?
So
So
yeah,
hold on. So a brand new artist,
I watched Room.
unsigned.
Wait. I watched Room for Improvement before he was rapping with Lil Wayne, which is a
Mm-hmm.
crazy ass mixtape that I loved, where he was rapping like Fonte. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just let that
I
go.
love it.
Did he have Fonte
But
features on that tape?
I think when it when
nah,
Or was that comeback season that he had the Fonte features?
I can't remember.
he ain't no Fonte features on Room for Improvement. Mm-mm.
Okay. So we looking at
I mean,
what?
if somebody want to look it up, like
We looking at a mixtape, a one mixtape, and then by the next mixtape, he has a Fonte feature.
he was he was on Degrassi.
No,
Right.
he ain't had no Fonte on there. No, he
Okay.
had Trey Songz.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like he had
He
Nicholas
had
F.
Pooh. He
mainly,
had
Okay.
but Trey
So
Songz.
so we have a TV star that starts rapping with Trey Songz features on one tape,
Mm-hmm.
get to the next tape, and there's Fonte features. And we know how successful Fonte was at that time. And then you get to the next
no.
tape.
It wasn't Fonte features. He
It
was
was
the
a
Fonte
Fonte.
feature.
No, he has a song with Little Brother on that album. He
That's
has a
what
song
what's
with
he
Little
do?
Brother on that album. Well,
you
I
didn't
know
hear
what
what
you're
he said.
saying. I know I heard what he said. I understand what he's saying. But and then when you go to the next
No
tape,
bullshit. I'm asking you on Room for Improvement. It's a Fonte feature on there.
No, no.
What are we talking about?
Not on that album. No, it's on the next one, the next project.
the Fonte features is on comeback season, correct?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's the next tape, ain't it?
Nah, man. Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on.
No,
Thank you.
his first
Hold
question
on.
was, is it on the?
No, it's not. It's not on Room
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Improvement.
But
So
you were
That's what I'm
saying,
saying. Hold on.
you saw him grow, because your stance is you watched him come up
yeah,
and get into the game rapping with Lil Wayne. So like, what would
yeah, but like,
lead to being the plant in that situation?
how would an industry plant not be getting into the game rapping with Lil Wayne?
How the industry plant
I
not
I
be
still
getting
say
into
no
the game?
because even looking at the comeback season, let me make sure this is the accurate track list. But
Because
looking at this
I'm gonna
track
let
list,
it's
I
I'm gonna
wouldn't
let
say
one
I
of
would
y'all
say
answer
no.
that.
it's one of those
I'm
things,
gonna
like,
follow up.
I guess, are you possibly saying that there wasn't anything to suggest that he was
Right.
deserving of a Lil Wayne feature as whenever he was
Where
getting it?
Where is Drake's grassroots time? Where is that?
I
It would
think it's a
have to
TV
be.
show.
It would have to be these two mixtapes. So I see
It
what
was
you're saying. Like,
before
where it
it,
is
it was
just.
before comeback season.
So it's one tape.
Mhm.
Niggas can't get on off one tape. What you
But
talking about?
because let's be real, we can say it was nepotism potentially because he had Trey Songz. He was with Trey Songz already.
Which would lend to my point, would it
But
not?
does
I'm
the
saying
acting not
you
translate
can't get
into it?
on off
And that's
one
another
tape.
thing, yeah. With the acting not translating to that though, it would help.
Because he's already known. He may not be famous, but he's clearly already in
Okay,
entertainment.
so an already famous person comes into this genre and off of one tape has Wayne features, a J Prince
No, see,
backing,
wait.
and
See, no, because now I'm with you. So, because this is a question that we have to ask about Disney stars too. So, an actor pivoting into another art form with success already is a plant.
essentially,
Ariana Grande
How?
is
How?
one of those
Selena
people.
No.
Gomez. Like, think about it. That means you saying they're plants musically
if
because they're
you
the
if
same
you
thing
don't
as
if you
Drake.
don't if you don't if you don't come from the genre and you
Mhm.
use your star power to facilitate fandom in the genre, and then you also don't add to the genre, what would you be?
A business person.
I think the last portion though is what
Ev,
is that not a shift? Because are we saying that these people don't contribute to the genre? From your Justin Timberlakes to Britney Spears to all the way up
Right.
to
Like, think
Drake,
about that. You
all these
throw
other
all these
stars
people
that were
plants.
somewhere else.
they was all
You
singing at
know,
the same time, were they
When
not?
you're a child star,
They was all singing as child stars, were they not?
I just
Mm,
can't call him a
they
plant
were
when
I
I
back then.
don't
Yeah.
I
watched him
don't
come
I
up.
don't know.
I can't do
What's
that.
the
Justin
come
I can't
up?
do
Timberlake
that.
and them, yes, they were.
What's the come?
They
You
were Mickey
watch.
Mouse Club.
So we
Because
saw a
look,
tape. We
look,
saw a
hold
tape.
on,
Then we saw Jay
hold
Prince
on,
backing. Then we saw Lil Wayne. Where's the come
hold
up?
on, hold on. I watched Drake drop Room for Improvement. That's when he was rapping like little brother Fonte. That's what he was
Joe
doing.
Budden.
And
Yeah.
them came out a year
Then he
apart.
then he did comeback season.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to comeback season, it's a lot of shit on there when you really feel like he could do this shit. Would I not want to invest in you if I feel like you going in the right direction?
Not, and like, I want to add to what he's saying. At the same time, during that tape, he's still on Degrassi. So even to your question, Nick, he dropped that tape while he was still actively on the show. Tape dropped in 2006. He didn't leave Degrassi until 2008.
Both of those
Okay.
things. That's what I'm saying. Like I always say, Replacement Girl was getting looks on TV. That video was getting played on when Degrassi would go off. Because I remember this coming home from school when Degrassi would go off of the Nick or Noggin or whatever at 3 o'clock or some shit. During when they had the credits rolling, there would be a snippet on the side of Drake, the video of Replacement
Mm-hmm.
Girl. So
So
imagine that being played for
so
all of.
so they force fed.
But I mean, but think about it. That's what Disney stars did too, though. Are we calling Disney stars plants for going into like Disney radio and having the songs?
Disney Radio,
So,
nah.
Lizzie
Once you
McGuire,
once
Hillary
you
Duff,
once
like
you once you transfer it over,
hey Nick,
yeah.
don't you plant?
Why would Doechii be a plant?
Because what's the difference?
What show was Doechii on?
No. When you're talking
I'm
about
saying
how,
what the
because the way that you presented it, dude came straight in the game, and then after one tape, you get a Wayne feature.
Doechii doesn't
After a
only
Jay
have one
Prince tape.
tape. Doechii has like 5 EPs. And successful.
He's saying
And successful.
Drake dropped the tape, then comeback season, and then went into
Drake dropped 2 tapes. Drake dropped 1 tape.
no,
By
that's
the
the tape
second,
we heard. I don't know what he dropped
Drake,
before then. I don't know.
Drake dropped 1 tape that we'll acknowledge as room for improvement.
mhm.
That's the tape, but we
Okay,
can
and
say nobody knew the nigga. By the next tape, he had Fonte features. Is that not weird to anybody here?
it's weird because he using his
I only
connections.
say this because I mean I was watching Degrassi and shit, so I knew about this
So
nigga.
so with that,
So I don't
so
say
with
no.
that, you have somebody using star power to facilitate.
Their own star power.
The fact you
Cool.
call it Fonte star power is just like
Nigga, Fonte is a
I'm lost
successful
there.
rapper in 2005.
Okay,
I
successful
would be
rapper
honest. I would
in the
have
range
said
of the game of
Little Brother is a
2005.
successful group in 2005, 2007. Little Brother is a successful group.
But I'm not saying they're not successful. Where does Little Brother rank when we're talking about if you stack them with other successful rappers during that time, they weren't
In
in the first five
05?
that you mentioned. In '05, no, they weren't in the first set of people that you might mention. They wouldn't have been. I'm not
No,
saying that they
I'm
didn't
not
have
saying
success.
they're the
Right.
mainstream
I'm gonna be
success.
real. I wouldn't
But what
even
I'm talking
call
about is
him a
like
plant. I wouldn't even go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
no,
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying because like if you tie him in to them, someone that's more or less in the middle of the group, in the middle of a conversation, like, oh yeah, I kind of like them people. They're not in the first set of people that you mentioned. And so it doesn't
Bro, they
seem
weren't even
insane.
dropping music.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're saying he came in with a 50 feature. It's not like you're saying he came in with a Nelly feature while he's super hot. Like these superstars that are there. There's no Ludacris that's being mentioned. We talking
I'm
about
saying,
And
this
that's what
isn't
I'm
Lil
saying.
Wayne,
Jay-Z. This
Lil
isn't
Wayne.
Check it out.
saying,
See, and that's
but
saying,
see,
Lil
here we
Wayne was
go.
later.
That's what I was
Lil
gonna
Wayne
say.
was
No,
Lil
no,
later.
Wayne
check
is
this
a
out. Wait,
year later.
wait.
It's a
Saint
year
trying to
Yeah,
say
later.
like,
after
oh my God, like, come on, son.
Like, bro,
yeah,
I'll be
that's what I'm
honest.
saying.
I would use Trey. I would use him having 3, 4 Trey Songz features, having Rich Boy, having Cardinal Official as features, as more to your case to be a plant than Fonte.
Because that was
For
that
real.
Khaled, that DJ Khaled connect when Khaled is
Like I
really
would
starting to
use
take off.
like that same mixtape you talking about. He got Trey
Okay,
Songz on there for
so
different.
we can
I would
follow
say,
that.
but guess what? We know that he already had a relationship with Trey Songz. We saw that between them. You got to think he was already in.
Pause.
You got to think Drake was already in Trey Songz music videos. Like
I
so, we
mean,
already saw the
these are just
connection.
mutually beneficial relationships, bro.
So that's why I would say, what exactly is plantish of, like, how are you a plant for using your star power to pivot? That's why I'm saying
And that's
Because
my
he should be
because
that's
Will
they
my
made
Smith
point.
of
If
acting
okay.
and
Dochi not
rapping.
a
Can I read?
if
Can I read?
Dochi not a plant, how the fuck is Drake gonna be a plant?
How you're not explaining how
Nick,
Doechii is a plant for
Yeah, I don't.
one.
I need
You
to.
don't. You've never
I
explained
get
that
he's
part.
trying to use the argument of
Doechii has work prior
I'm
to
not gonna
a
lie, bro.
Grammy.
I'm not even
but it's
finna.
not a lot of work
Okay.
compared to the body.
Okay.
Like think about it.
Five
He had a whole
EPs.
Yeah.
It's
how many?
You
5
got it.
EPs.
You got it.
5 EPs,
Nick.
5 years. What we
All right, Nick. I'm a reach, so you might need to connect this. Drake
Man, tear
could
your shit
possibly
out
be a
your
plant.
socket, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? Drake might be a plant because they made him what Trey Songz was supposed to be, and you
You
just
too.
switched him.
You too.
That's a great topic because hey, bro, that was a time when Trey Songz was a great mixtape
Trey
rapper.
Trey came in as a
He didn't
rapper
freestyle
that
no beats
didn't
and shit.
end
He
up
was
being
really great in the
successful, so he
late
turned into a singer.
2000s.
Drake came in,
Trey
yeah, yeah,
Songz. Trey Songz was supposed to be the biggest R&B superstar in the world.
but he came in as a rapper too. That he had to transition into R&B, but that's what I'm saying. They made him what Trey Songz was supposed to be. They utilize him, build his name right next to Trey, as he's already kind of hot as is. Because for a while, Drake was Trey's little brother in the eyesight of it. So you
The people
keep
who
him
really was
along,
paying attention, yeah.
then you
Mm, mm,
essentially
mm,
build
mm.
you get to use his fan base to get to a certain name or a certain star power, and then just take off from there. All of Trey Songz's fan base were directly Drake fans at the same time. Frank Ocean, what was he singing about? She said he playing that Drake in my car. She said he playing that Trey in my car. Frank is saying this on the stars. You know what I'm saying? So he's putting it out there. If you, I could see the plant angle if you're saying he was made what Trey was supposed to be. They just used Trey and got rid of him.
I'm more so looking at the fact, even if we get off the initial, once you get to so far gone and further,
hmm
Jay Prince backing into a Lil Wayne backing into you on every record and on every hook. Cool. You got to be talented because you have to do the work to actually make it work. Cool. I don't think industry plants can't be talented. That's my caveat here. I don't think industry plants have to not be talented. So cool. They put you on every chorus. They put you on every verse right next to the hottest rapper at the time. You get the spot. Once you get the spot, you got other niggas writing your albums. When we get to Take Care.
Mm-hmm.
You got other niggas writing your albums. When we get to Nothing Was the Same. Party. Hey, how you doing? Once we get to the fourth one, we figure out other niggas is writing your albums. And once we figure that out, the industry makes sure that doesn't move you out of your spot in the industry or hip hop. And after that, we figure out that all of this that we thought was so, yo, this nigga just the greatest nigga we ever seen. Oh, wait, no, they was cooking your numbers. This ain't a plan.
I think that's given the pass to how much of a hand the fan base had.
I'll put it this way:
when
you dig down that lane of a hole, yeah, you're correct. But you're diving in that lane of it, and it kind of is just. I'm also still just looking at it where like he did the work to do that. I get it where it sounds like protection.
The lane of what?
Superstardom, I guess. You know, that's a good question.
I also think it's partial. I think it's partially passing the buck though. That's putting it all back on the industry when there were clearly fans that looked past all the shenanigans he was doing and continued to support him. There has to be responsibility taken.
And you want to call it shenanigans, but like Drake was making some of the best music in the world, bro.
Yeah,
that shit ain't.
Industry plants don't gotta not be talented, dog.
Come on,
industry plants can make good music.
That's true.
Well, let me ask you a question. What that means is, can two things be true?
Yeah.
In that case. Well, that okay. Well, I mean, shit. The nigga industry plant.
If I'm making the best music in the world, and I'm moving forward, I'm an industry plant.
That's a loaded. This
would be a loaded question because it go back to the Anthony Mackie shit. Getting a tap is being.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying, bro, because what you're saying is not like.
Dog, they gave the nigga the spot.
Like
I'm a Jay Prince investment. This like you thought Jay Prince wasn't gonna get his return on his investment?
I hear what you're saying.
You thought Wayne and Birdman wasn't gonna get their return on their investment?
Who the fuck moving forward without an investment?
Currency, Nip, Alchemist.
Big U Money one behind Nip.
True enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. We can move that around.
Now, before we get to that, now I guess, but I will say, with the people you named, there's a different level of success in that, and there's a different level.
But it's that's where the plants come in.
It's not an outlier when they made you the outlier. You can't it's not some shit where it's like, oh, bro, the nigga's face was on every fucking playlist. That's a scheme
because the music was that good.
No, bro, stop lying. Stop lying. Scorpion is not that good of an album. Stop lying.
That's not what I said. Lying. I thought we was talking about back to comeback season and room for improvement and shit. Like the music was that good,
bro.
The music was that good.
By the time the music slowed down, the industry made sure it wouldn't. Is what I'm telling you,
bro.
And that's where I'm also saying, okay, we can say there's a possibility that two things are happening at once. Because my statement that I said to y'all the other week, you can't tell me anything if he's in your top 10 at the end of the year, your Spotify wrap up, your Apple Music playlist. If he's still in your top 10, you have a direct hand in this situation.
And
you have a direct hand in
like
the
situation. Larry Jackson dude, like he was saying it, like, bro, his old music outstreams the 90s, the 70s, the 80s. Like he was a big deal, and he ushered in streaming for Apple, with views.
And don't you think that helps in the beef? Don't you think that's a reason why we are not gonna let this nigga lose up until a certain point? Up until a certain point when we don't need it no more. But up until then, oh no, you the number one guy.
I'm gonna say this.
But is that a plant? Is that a plant? Hold on, Rose. Is that a plant when the talent is deserving of it?
Is it deserving?
From what we've seen in his fan, yes.
Hold on, Rose.
Go ahead.
Hold on. All I'm saying is, I watched this shit in real time, bro. Niggas was running around in the blog era. I seen this shit in real time. When he came off of that comeback season shit and he really started rapping with Wayne, he was having better verses than Wayne. And nobody had seen that shit before. You can cap all you want.
I'm not saying he wasn't.
He was having better verses than Wayne, bro.
How did he get to Wayne?
He was having better verses than Wayne. Who gives a fuck?
That's my whole point.
Who gives a fuck?
That's the whole point of the conversation. That's the entire thing that we're talking about.
You get there.
So
Who
in
cares
your
how
All right,
you
in your
get there?
all right,
situation,
for sure.
are you using from your
See,
V,
because
Nick? Are you
you trying to use how somebody got the Wayne as the plant shit, but he could have got the Wayne and been like fucking E Ness on making the band.
I never said he did,
straight
bro,
fired? Straight
bro,
fired. God
bro.
dang.
I don't have. You don't have to be not talented. I'm never saying Drake is not talented. That never came out of my mouth. I've never said
No,
the
you
nigga
say he a
wasn't dope. I've
plant.
never said the nigga
You
wasn't
say he a
fire. I
plant.
never said I
Why
don't
none of that
enjoy his
shit work for
music.
them other niggas? Why that shit ain't work for Lil Twist?
No, okay. I can't
Again,
even go all
I
the way there
never
because
said the nigga wasn't a great artist. I never said this. So if you want to
No, you
argue
said he was
that,
a plant.
yeah,
No,
you
you
can
said
be
he
a
was
plant
a
and be a
plant.
great artist. Those two things can exist at the same time. And if you think they
Why that
can't, we
shit ain't
can
work for?
dub the conversation.
Why that shit ain't work for Lil
because that
Twist?
He's not.
it doesn't work for
We already
everybody.
went
I
through
can
this. We
understand
already
that.
went through this. We can keep going.
Well,
I
hold on, Nico. So let me ask you this then. Think about it. So everybody that's at that superstardom level, in your case, would have to be a plant. Because you got to be, it's just that, like, in a way, it's like they would have, like, I'm being honest, how you're explaining it, like how you're kind of explaining it, everybody who's at the top of the top would have to be a plant.
How?
You got to get placed
Because
there.
you have to be placed there. You have to,
How?
You have to be
even
placed.
even if
How
you're
would Kendrick? How would
talented,
Kendrick be a
even if
plant?
you're talented.
How would Kendrick be a plant?
Because guess what? Somebody had to boost him. Guess what? Like this past year, to him to have the run that he's on now,
What's
he
the
was
boost? What's the boost?
What you mean?
Spotify Spotify
We talked
consistently
about this.
reiterating the numbers. And
Hold on.
I'm with you.
Spotify showed that they didn't do nothing wrong in the fucking paperwork. So what's the boost?
But we talked
Promotion,
about
any
this in the group
promotional
chat.
tactics or anything, and that doesn't have to be in the paperwork. Promotional tactics, the same way you said his like Drake face being on covers. That's promotion. Those are still like that's a plan.
Is Kendrick's face on the cover of
I don't
everything
know.
on Spotify?
I'm not sure.
Has that ever happened in Kendrick's career?
Hey, look though.
Everything that's
happening.
been going on in the last year, you could say, well,
Hey,
not
Nick.
a plant because his career's already going. But I'm just looking at what
Hey,
you're
Nick.
saying. Like
You
anybody's
think?
rise with you, kind of are saying
Hey,
they would
Nick.
have to be a plant in a way.
Not really. Go ahead. No,
Especially
I'm
You
not.
think
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
you think Kendrick makes Good Kid, Mad City without Dre and being pushed into that fucking slot?
No, I don't think Kendrick makes Good Kid, Mad City without Dre.
So is he a plant in that moment?
Is he a plant?
No, because again, as somebody who was making music in a city this whole time and made a name for themselves, Dre heard their music and said, "All right, yeah, y'all can come over here," and then they got the aftermath. That's not the same as a nigga being like, "Yo, here's this dude that's kind of cool, that makes some decent music. I'm gonna put some money behind this nigga and take him to Wayne, and then I'm put him on in front of the fucking world."
That
That's
nigga
not the
Dre
same
heard Gorilla
thing.
Black.
What?
You said Dre heard Gorilla Black. I think plant's the wrong word. I think
I think so too.
I can understand.
I think that word is
I feel
just
like he's
so.
more of a. Yeah, go ahead.
I think that word is just so iffy because it's just like, again, I don't see how, like, again, in our scenario, exactly what you're saying. Fuck it, me saying everybody's a plant. Exactly what you're saying. All these top Disney talents, Nickelodeon talents who turn into pop stars are industry plants. When
What would be wrong with that?
they're not. Using your
Good
talents
question.
to pivot is not being planted because you're doing it yourself.
Good question, F. Is Leon Thomas a plant?
No.
That's
what I'm
He just
saying.
wanna-
But in his case, and no, wait, Nico, how can you say no? Because in your case, he would be.
Leon Thomas is putting out music the entire time he's been an actor, even before.
So are you?
Even beforehand. So what are we talking about? If you've been making music
So
your
Drake
entire
won't put
fucking
out
life,
music?
how would you be a plant?
But that's
Drake won't put out
where
music?
I think that's where the wrong word is.
That's why
being
I'm saying
used,
plant
I
is
would
kind of
lean more
wrong
into
because it's just, guess what?
An
Somebody's
industry
music
plant is
hit off.
An industry plant is a pejorative term for an artist who appears to have achieved success organically, but is secretly backed by a major label or industry connections, often presenting themselves as independent. If Drake has been running around
themselves as independent,
for sure, but he has been running around this bitch like all of his numbers was based off the merit of the fact that he was dope and not the fact that the label was pushing his fucking record.
Nah, but no,
But that's
I
what
don't think that's
everybody
true.
do.
I don't
I would
think.
say
Nah, I don't. One,
I don't really get the case you really
If
really
you
I
making
don't
right
think
put,
that's true.
if
I don't
you
think that's
are
true.
black,
Yeah,
if you are
I'm
putting
not getting it,
me
bro.
on the front of every single fucking playlist, which is gonna boost the numbers to my project specifically, even on genres and types of music that I don't even fucking make. How are we not seeing that this is a extra push for the label behind this nigga, and he's being seen as organic
Tell me when
Nah,
that
I'm
happened. What you
saying
just said. Tell me when that started.
Yeah.
Being the face
with
When
of
was
every
it?
him?
playlist. When no. Tell me
With
when it.
him,
No,
What year?
2018.
So how is he a plant if he already been going almost 10 years?
that's what I'm saying. I think it's the wrong word. I think
That's what I'm saying.
plant
Plant is
isn't the
wrong word.
appropriate word. I think
He was the
it's
face of
more.
streaming. He was the face of streaming. So yes, he's
Nah,
on.
plant
So,
plant is the
but
wrong
how
word
is he a
because
plant if he's already
here's
been here?
my response to it. Plant is the wrong word. I think if we say he's a cancer, I'm completely in agreement because at
He's a
least looking at that
catalyst.
definition, if we're catalyst cancer could be synonymous in this situation because we're looking at the definition of what you just read as industry plant. Part of it is what they do for a lot of people, and we could have a lot of plants if we're going to lean that way. But it's at best case scenario, you saying he's a weed in the culture because we saw what they were trying to do while pushing Chance, Childish Gambino, those people, and then he kept drowning them out. That's where I'm getting more of the cancerous situation. Now you're not the essence of hip hop. Now you pushing certain narratives that, for the most part, the essence of hip hop, the industry doesn't care about that. We care about that. That has nothing to do with what the industry is going for. So him being able to get away with that is also where I say it's hard to just stick it on the plant side because the fans were still supporting a lot of the narratives. Whether the fans were supposed to be like us could be another conversation. But there's a lot of things that are going hand in hand to where I don't think based on that definition, I'm just ready to say he's a full-on plant. I would lean heavily into a cancer.
I'll roll with you and say cancer. I'll retract.
I would
Plant.
say, bro, we got to keep it we got to keep it clean, bro. The industry don't give a fuck about the culture. The word industry plant only the culture cares about. That's why I said Disney stars would be industry plants then.
That's
Nobody
true.
gives a fuck to call Ariana Grande
no.
or them an industry plant though, because guess
But
what?
you wouldn't be an
Being a
industry
child
plant.
star. Thank you, Rose. In reality, that you're not an industry plant. You're pivoting. Guess what? All these movie stars who
Yeah.
make music, are they industry plants because they successful in music now? No.
And vice
You
versa.
use
So
your own
be-
shit to
or let me
boost.
ask you this, Nick.
No.
I'll flip it.
And
Let me ask you this. Here's my
The
question.
coach, the
So
industry don't care no fuck about that.
would you consider all of the rappers that transition to acting industry plants over there?
I'm not an actor, but I could see how an actor could.
Using your own success. Think about it. That means because think about this. That means all.
I'm saying,
I
bro,
don't
if
even
I'm
want to go
if
into
I
that.
if
I
I
fuck
rap,
with that, bro.
I don't want to
if
go
I
into
rap,
fuck
if
with
I
that.
rap, if I rap and you don't rap and you are famous off of doing some other shit and then you use the fame from doing that to pivot into rap, I can definitely be like, yo, get this nigga.
Is
that.
it is it based
So
on
hey,
the
so is
it's
the
also
rock
based
an
on the
industry
success,
plant?
right?
Say again.
Is the rock an industry
No.
plant?
No, because he was acting the whole time.
He was acting the whole time.
He,
The
he,
Rock has
he
been
just
an
went from
actor.
one
I
acting
WWE is
think,
phase to
acting.
another.
WWE is acting.
Yeah.
It's
No,
but the
because
example
in this example,
okay.
the
Cat Williams
example
would
you
be right.
just gave, that's not an industry
But those
plant,
are two
bro.
different forms of acting too. It's entertainment. Well,
It's acting, bro.
But it's
Come
still
on,
acting.
man.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on,
because
man.
That's
They
not. But
gotta
I'm
in
learn to
this
saying the
separate.
definition,
example you just
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Go
Ray.
ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
because the industry plant example, I guess comparison would be rapper to actor Ludacris. He just jumped up in there in certain projects because for 50 T.I. and them, they were always sub roles, barely even really noticed, or they had to start with their own style of movies and then get into bigger roles. And even still, they haven't seen the FaceTime that we've seen with Ludacris, from Crash to the Fast and Furious movies to
Lil
whatever
Baby,
his Netflix deal.
Tyrese.
Like he would be
That's a great
he,
fucking point. Is
so
Ludacris a
they
fucking
haven't
plant?
even
To an
by your
actor, he
standards.
could be. To
Yeah.
an actor, he could be.
That
So
sounds
if we're keeping it,
stupid.
How?
no, because
Look,
I would say
y'all
Especially
can give.
when all of it is entertainment. When all of it is under the realm of entertainment.
My nigga, I
It's
gotta
it's not
a
even
different.
roll.
entertainment. It's
How the
not.
fuck
I
am
don't
I
even think it's
playing? I gotta
entertainment.
roll.
Because for
Because
my thing, I don't
if you
think it's
get your
entertainment.
role, if you get your role partially based off the fact that you're a celebrity, that's not all the way based off the merit of the role. It's not all the way
How do
based
you
in.
know that though?
We don't.
And see, that's where I struggle on the entertainment portion of it, because at the end of the day, for these labels and then these production companies, even on the acting side, all in all, they're not. We're saying entertainment. We're giving them an escape out. This is a business. And if you just happen to be a better cash cow investment in the moment, then sure, that's just business 101. But in the essence of Plant, the Plant is more of a fan-based thing. And so that's a perception thing. We're saying who was major here because even with Rose referencing the original mixtape, most of the people that's probably listening to this doesn't know Drake's first mixtape the way that you do. Right. So when they were able to catch on to somebody could also play a role in it. And Plant is more so of a subjective thing that the fans are putting out there. First and foremost, this
And
is
that's
a
what I'm
business.
saying. I saw it in real
They
time.
don't care
so
Plant or
Look,
not. I can make more money off of them.
I will
I
come
saw
off
it in
of.
real time. I saw
I
it in
will
real
come off
time.
of
So
Plant.
can't nobody tell me that that's Plant shit.
I will come off of
You can't
Plant.
tell me that.
Cool. I'll come off of Plant. Cancer.
Hold
I'm
on,
rolling.
Nick.
I do think
Hold on,
I
Nick.
do think it cancer.
Hold on, Nick. And even if you saying he a Plant, why the fuck is that such a derogatory term?
It's disingenuous.
Because people are trying to say it's the
No,
it's
it's
the
not.
same. People are trying to outwardly say your success was not earned.
No, it's not.
Somebody handed it to you. That's what they're trying
Who
to
the fuck success is just straight up earned?
People don't want to look at the they want to look
Who the fuck ain't
outside of
got
the
placed in
maybe this nigga's
position?
talent was great.
Or you
There's
gotta
certain
get the
people that
look.
just
You gotta
You
get
got it.
the look.
You got it. It's nothing wrong with industry plans. There's nothing wrong with getting placed in position. Y'all got it. Cool.
nah, I don't say that. I don't say that.
No,
Don't
that's
do
that's
that.
how he
Don't do
rolling.
that.
That's how he
Don't
rolling.
do
That's
that.
how he rolling.
No, I'm
Nah,
not
I'm
saying there's
This
saying-
nothing wrong
nigga,
with
this
it.
nigga
I
has
feel
never
like
in his life been like it's nothing wrong with an industry plan until today. Fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
You know, because I'm also looking at
saying
okay,
the
so let me put it this way.
I'm
My
not saying
perspective,
the motherfucker. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
yeah,
I'm just
because my
saying.
perspective for the fan, I think the industry plan is that when I think of industry plan, I think of Troy Ave. Troy Ave was a clear out of nowhere. This dude had a first album just loaded with all types of features that we'd never seen before, bro. Troy Ave just came out the fuck of nowhere. What is this? Who is this?
See, I thought he was
You feel
doing
me?
shit in New York though.
You
I
know,
thought he was doing.
Troy
I
Ave
thought
was
he
an
was doing
industry
stuff.
plant. Tekashi was an industry plant, but Troy, y'all love it. Y'all know Troy Ave was ass, bro. Where did he come from? What happened, bro?
No, facts.
How did he get here?
I don't know. Yeah, Troy Ave had a whole bunch of Summer Jam sets that was like, what's going on?
I don't know. That is my idea. Is like you just appeared. Like we can't trace anything.
But see,
Even
look
if the
though.
roots aren't the
Look
greatest for
though.
what we're saying with Drake, like the roots aren't the greatest, but there's at least a root. Troy just appeared, dog, like a test tube
But
rapper. Mix
But look
it,
though, Ray.
drop it, and ran off.
Look though, Ray. I call certain niggas be industry plants to me when you don't have talent and somebody literally drops you in this motherfucker.
Okay, that's
I don't think
perspective.
I don't
If
think
you
an
don't
industry
have
plan
talent,
doesn't have to have talent. That's where
Doesn't have
like
to
I
have
think
talent.
I think an industry plan can be talented. I think an industry plan cannot have talent. I think it can go both ways.
See, and that's my
I
thing.
seen
I
this
kind of
shit.
think
I seen this
it's
shit go
more
so
so
many
they
different
don't
ways,
have
bro.
talent.
I can't say that.
Like I feel
mean,
like
that's
an industry
fair.
plant is a force feeding to get to a spot. Like Ice Spice, that we can tell there is no talent that you really can get off that we're really getting.
That boy
Hey, you
just
make
said the same shit I was about to say. That's crazy.
like it is, but
As
it's
an
like
argument,
that
can't
is more of the industry plant thing than a Drake or because we're like how we met. I think we said this last episode. She went from out of nowhere of you just shaking your ass and having a few songs, and then you next
yeah.
to Taylor Swift out of nowhere. Getting the
So,
most
so
FaceTime. You get more FaceTime than the superstars of superstars out of
you know what?
nowhere.
So
That
here's where I want to
industry
leave it
plant.
at.
But does that
Here's
make
where I
you
want to leave it at.
does that make you a plant when I've already been successful?
Not, you know what? But real
That's
quick
why I
though,
say no.
here's where I want to leave it at, man. Because I think I want our listeners to hold us to this too. We're gonna have a separate conversation one day that our most recent industry plans have all been New York related. Our most recent industry plans have all been some way Ice Spice to Troy Ave, we see Drake always had the New York ties as well. Our most
That's a
recent
great topic.
industry plans
I like that. I
have
like
been
that
more
though.
New York related. Ever since New York fell apart, they've been trying to find
Why
a
do
way
And
you
to
that's
keep
what
get
I was
back.
gonna
saying
say. I
Troy
like that.
Most
Ave, bro?
That's why I was gonna say
Hey
that because
man,
I like that.
that nigga has the hug. This man made a song called Doodoo, and it told me everything about his life, dog. That shit is ass. You play that album
Why
today
you
and
keep
get back to
saying
me.
Troy
I
Ave,
want us
bro?
to respond. I want y'all to play his first album today, sometime during your weekend, and just see what I see, and we'll circle back.
I'm never
We'll
playing
circle
that.
back, bro.
Yeah, I'm not playing the Troy
Exactly,
Ave album.
exactly. That's why
I'm good on that.
industry
I'm
funk,
never
bro.
playing Troy
That's
Ave,
GMO.
bro.
That's industry
I'm
GMO
never doing
directly in
that.
your face, dog. Industry GMO, man. So we gonna hop on over, man. We gonna get over into a cultural a cultural situation that occurred, but it also brings up a certain conversation on what is a good way to go about rehabilitation, right? So if you aren't aware, we ain't gonna dive too much into it because there's politics that obviously are going on, and this is all alleged. But a well-known gangster, a well-known Crip out in the West Coast, Big U and certain affiliates have now caught a RICO charge, and they're saying a lot of things from the allegations of murder, allegations of extortion, blackmail, and obviously assault and everything else that comes with it. We know how RICO charges look. They're coming to get an enterprise. Usually, unless your name is Diddy, usually it comes with a group. Usually it comes with a group. That's when RICO charges get involved. They call you an enterprise. They call you a corporation. So if you want to read, if one of y'all want to read off the charges, we can get into that. If you want to speak on that situation, I'm gonna leave it to the floor. But it does also bring in why I said some of the things he does from murders to extortions and everything in between. What's a reasonable rehabilitation situation?
I'm not gonna speak on none of them charges. That ain't none of my business. I don't know them folks. I wish the best for everybody. And rest in peace to the young man that lost his life.
Oh, really quick. Also, allegedly what they're assessing is he had something to do with people like Nip also getting unfortunately transitioned. That's alleged.
I'll put a
It's
panda
a part
break
of the
there.
chart.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not one of those that I'm trying to get into. I'm going off of what they're putting in the paperwork because I read through it in the indictment. So that was named. So I'm not saying anything that's not. You
Yeah,
feel
for
me?
sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
me.
I don't want anyone getting caught up in
Yeah,
nothing, man. We still smoke. It's
I'm
gonna
a
sound like
I'm a
a overall
civilian.
podcast panda break. How about that? It's gonna sound
Yeah,
like an overall podcast panda break, and if that's what y'all want to take it as, that's cool. But it's at the same time, man, we don't want nobody getting jammed up if you don't have no participation in that lifestyle.
for sure.
It's okay to be a civilian, and that's that self accountability. Be a civilian. Stay over there.
Right.
Stay
Yeah.
over there where it's safe. Play,
So
so with prison
as
reform.
as far as that goes, right? Because we kind of talked about this in the chat. And
Oh yeah.
it comes down, yeah. So this is the conversation that we having basically, that some people are beyond rehabilitation, right? That's Rose's stance here. Do y'all, Ray, Ev, do y'all agree with that? That some people are beyond rehabilitation?
Yeah, I do think so. I think to a certain degree, there are certain things that are just you can't come back from. You can't change a person from like pedophilia or something, or like serial rapists, serial murders. I don't think you can reform that. I don't think you can rehabilitate that to make them a person that you would just have in society and not worry about that when it's already happened before. I don't think you can rehabilitate that.
Okay, Ray.
I would second that, man. There's certain things where I can understand there's parts that it comes down to like a mass majority think or a moral compass situation, but I do think there's certain things that it's hard to put in someone's mind that could be corrected or fixed, if you will. And the same thing with Ed was saying. I know my hard lines, pedophilia first and foremost, but that's insane to me. I don't know what is there to rehabilitate, because you can't tell me that
I'm
there's an
tweaking on his
equivalent
shit
of
spinning.
rehabilitating on his on that child or something that or what that occurred to them. You can't rehabilitate that. that's something that they'll never get back. So you know, there's certain situations I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
So I agree. So here's my question. For the people that's past rehabilitation, I because as I said in the last podcast, some people ain't coming back, right? Some people do need to be removed from society for an extended period of time, right? Cool. Do they not need? I said this. We can run the tape back, brother. While you making faces, I said it. So when we're moving them people out and figuring out what they're gonna do for the rest of their life, what's the plan there? Do they not get rehab? Do they not get therapy? Do we not try to fix whatever this situation is or help them get into a better state, even if they never coming back to society? Or do you just lock their ass in the cage and let that be what it is?
I think the big thing, the big thing with you is what I'm trying to figure out is like rehabilitation.
Are you breaking up? I can't
You
hear
breaking up? We can't hear you.
What? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good now.
My big thing with you was what rehabilitation you talking about?
And really quick for y'all listening, there was a square up in the chat. We being nice right now. Evan and I being nice, but there was a square up in the chat between Nico and Rose. So we playing it out for y'all in real time because we didn't finish the conversation. So I want y'all getting behind the scenes that bled over.
It's
we can run
therapy.
it all the way through too.
Yeah, it's therapy. It's psych evaluations. It's learning what trigger cues are. It's learning how to work through those trigger cues. It's constant therapy and rehabilitation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How long?
I just don't agree that there's a stance or a place where you bring them fully back with.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. I don't like for certain people, certain crimes and shit. I'm with you. I'll say this again. I said this in the thing. Some people are not gonna come back. But what I'm saying is sitting them in prison,
right, cool.
sitting them in prison as constructed for the rest of their life is not going to help them or help the problem that they got put in prison for.
Yeah,
that's my whole piece.
So you're also saying, because in your expectation or in what you're saying, does this only serve as life sentences? So you don't want them not only to go through a potential death penalty, you're also saying remove them from a life sentence situation and then just go into constant rehab. Am I understanding that correctly?
No. The life sentence is there can be life sentences. There can most surely be life sentences. I'm saying
so you want a life sentence a nigga with rehab?
Yeah.
I will say this. Let me say this real quick. I think this is not realistic, to be real. And the reason I say that is that to do that, it would have to be a perfect utopia to create something like that for people of that manner. Because guess what? If you're saying you putting these people in lifelong rehab, that means that they're going to be living a quality of life better than people on the street. And you can't like in a degree like that. It gets to that type of quality of just think about it. If you're giving them lifelong therapy and all that, you need to damn sure make sure ain't no homeless people on the street. Like it feels like it's certain levels before you get into let's make sure this person is because think about the resources you're gonna have to use for life for these people. This is way more resources than someone just being thrown in jail.
It costs more to kill somebody, to go through with the death penalty than it does to house somebody for the rest of their life in prison.
So just to clarify, because you're saying no death penalty
because
either,
we don't
right?
hold on, Ray. Because what you're speaking of, we don't even know costs yet of what you're speaking on. So we don't know of what you're saying would cost more than how much it costs to kill a person. Because you're speaking on therapy things that would make it to where this person can come back to society, but don't let them come back to society. That means that you're going to keep using these resources. If you let them back into society, these resources stop. That's what I'm saying. You would need a perfect utopia to kind of
you would need a perfect
in a way, or where because the thing is, you would be providing more assistance to these people than free people on the street.
See, but that's the thing,
and that's why it gets into deeper levels.
Yeah, it does get into deeper levels. You will have to start actually addressing the issues that put people in prison in the first place. But I didn't know if y'all wanted to get in all of that. Go ahead, Rose.
My arm was starting to hurt. So look though, my whole shit with you is, and we've had this conversation before. Even when we was just having this conversation in the fucking group chat, what makes you feel like somebody could take somebody's life and you get to be the motherfucking judge and executioner, but somebody else can't say your life gone?
Because we aren't the judges of people's lives, bro.
But you got to be the judge and
So
executioner.
That wasn't right. But this, because that wasn't right, doesn't mean I get to do my own version of this.
I also don't think that's fair, and I think that's where that you're going to run into the pushback of that, because I slightly agree with what Ev says. You almost have to get to a verge utopia. For starters, it people that are free currently have a hard time affording therapy or rehabilitation for themselves in the free world. So you have to start with what you said, cleaning up some things to get to this situation. Addressing that situation of why are they there in the first place? Sure, you might have needed that therapy on the outside, and then you couldn't get it, so you might have ended up inside. But in the same time, what put you in that situation to be there? We taking away the fairness of, if you took from somebody else. In Rose's situation, you took a life. So them people that love that life and were surrounding them, now you telling them that they also just have to deal with it. And that's a tough thing to put on.
They would always have to deal with it. They was always gonna have to just deal with it.
And that sounds callous.
Well, if it's that,
It's not, but that's what it is. They was always gonna have to just deal with it.
That is that.
But we didn't have to if you didn't do what you did.
Why you trying to rehab niggas then?
What do you mean? We wouldn't have to rehab niggas. Do you want people to keep dealing with this problem? Or do you want to stop it?
We wouldn't have
or
to
do you want to lessen
rehabbing already people that are already caught won't help change those on outside.
You think people going to prison don't change?
No, listen. In your case, you saying you're gonna rehab people and not let them out. What does healing them do for everybody that's outside that's going to continue? That's what I'm saying. What does that do?
Because in your situation, what they did is to the point where they're not coming home. So that means you did a certain degree of something to where you're not coming home in the first place. If you're talking about rehabilitating someone with a misdemeanor, or they have like a non-violent offense, even if you had an assault charge or something like that, depending on what it was, there's a chance that you come home. Might have to do parole or whatever the case would be. The way that you presented it is, these people aren't seeing outside of these bars. So we would have to justify why.
I'm pushing for a prison system, if you even want to call it that, a prison system that's more geared towards rehabilitation rather than the shit that it's doing right now. That's all. That's
what I'm saying. Like, what do you
gain from rehabilitation?
That shit like fake morality. That shit like fake morality, bro. And you gotta just say it for what
do you
it
gain
is.
from what?
Because,
go ahead, bro.
Because if I can murder you and you telling me, oh well, shit, he need to be rehabilitated after I just murdered somebody, but you don't want nobody else being a judge, jury, and executioner. That's fake morality.
I'm confused by the question.
No, I'm saying just your stance in general is fake morality, bro. You picking and choosing when you want to goddamn say, bro. So
because
when cops kill somebody, when cops kill a kid, should they be rehabilitated?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Because I think
that's the thing. That's the thing. It don't matter how many of the worst shit you can bring to me. My stance ain't gonna change, bro. It's not fake morality.
He's presenting it.
No, your shit is fake morality.
No, it's not fake morality, my nigga.
I'm stand by that though.
You can stand by it. You can stand by the bullshit, but that's not what it is. But go ahead, Ray.
Because what he's bringing up is that you're running into a situation where, all right, you're saying nobody should be able to be judge, jury, and executioner. But in this situation, somebody already was judge, jury, and executioner, so that they shouldn't have done it. And we know that, but they did it anyway. So now that somebody has made that decision, the expectation would be for other people.
So that shit is out your hands.
Because I'm also looking at it. I'm looking at, because I'm looking
to do the same.
So you would be, it's easy
that
to say that
out your
paper.
hands, bro.
So now so what we're saying is, if you kill somebody, then it's cool for the state to kill you. That's not
necessarily what I'm saying. Because I'm also saying you don't have to catch a body to have a life sentence. You don't have to catch a body to have a life sentence. So for what you are presenting, if you are in that situation, not that I might be more in a situation of it. For me to accept what you are trying to get to, it would have to be something on the lines of understanding the ripple effect of what they did. If you caught a life sentence by doing a crime that did not affect other people, then I can understand that.
What
But
crime doesn't affect other people?
Okay, when I say wrong words, not
And
so
I
much
guess
affect
Nick,
other people. When I say
hold on,
in
Ray.
this situation, like for example, go ahead.
Hold on, Ray. Let me just walk. Let me walk this back a little bit. What does rehab look like to you? What does that look like?
It looks like therapy. It looks like psych evaluations. It looks like getting time outside. It looks like therapy. I mean, not therapy. It looks like exercise. It looks like jobs.
It
It
look
looks
like
like
jail.
education. Yes, it's a form of jail, bro, but it is not going to be the exact same setup of what's going on right now.
And
Like,
check
I'm
it
not
out.
understanding
Now,
what
hold on,
you're
hold on,
not
hold on.
understanding about this. If you
Now, hold
set
on.
folks up in a better situation while they're away to be more able to integrate back into society when they get back, you dwindle down the problems that they keep going away for.
I think that's where you
What's
losing me because why do you get to get
You
some
dwindle
good
down
shit and you done
recidivism.
committed
yes,
some evil ass atrocity? Why do you get to get this good shit and you committed atrocities? Why do you feel like somebody should get
does that
fucking therapy?
does everybody
What the fuck are you talking about?
does everybody that so have you done everything right in your life to never deserve good? Like, if everybody holds
No,
everybody to the worst shit that they did in
no,
their
That's
life, do
bro.
they
directly
not
a fact.
deserve good
No,
anymore? What are we talking about?
no.
What are we talking about, bro? You
But
saying
we also
prisoners don't
not running
deserve
around
good things
murdering
because they
motherfuckers,
did
bro.
wrong? Oh,
We also
everybody
not
in prison
murdering
ain't a
motherfuckers.
murderer.
We not running
Everybody
around
in prison
murdering
ain't a murderer,
motherfuckers.
my nigga.
That's
Everybody in the prison
bro.
is not a
We been in
murderer.
that fucking chat. We been in that chat talking about shit. You talking about
You've been
motherfuckers even
sending
murdering
murderers
motherfuckers.
because that's what you want to send to the chat is murderers.
But
Everybody in
you
prison
even
is not
been
a
saying
murderer.
that them motherfuckers need rehabilitation.
They
How do you
do.
rehab a motherfucker that want to extort and kill?
Because there's a reason a motherfucker wants to extort and kill. Shit doesn't happen in a vacuum, brother. I'm sure you think it does, but there's a reason Big U is the way he is. No disrespect to Big U. There's a reason he is the way he is. And the whole situation over there, there's a reason that whole situation over there is the reason that it's happening. Go watch
And
Snowfall, nigga.
and that's
What are you
called
talking about?
excuses. That's
What are you,
called
it's not
And
excuses.
see,
excuses.
That's called
It's
now,
fucking
excuses.
context. What are
That's
you
Wait,
called
talking
hold on,
about?
because
excuses. That's called
What
excuses.
are
in
you
the middle
talking
That's
of it,
called
about?
excuses, bro.
in
It's
the
called
middle of it,
fucking
but
Nigga,
context, nigga. What are you
everybody
but
got
talking
even
fucking
from
about?
what you
decisions.
presented,
When you
The
wake
fuck
up
out of
every
here.
morning in your fucking bed, you can wake up and choose to fucking sell drugs to go to fucking work. Nigga,
Yeah,
what you
you're
do?
right. Yeah, you're right. You
And what
can.
you
But
do?
if you don't have
And you
all
go
of
to
the
fucking
information,
work.
how good is your information? How good is your education? How good is your education? How good is your decision making going to be if you don't have all of the education to make the fucking decision? Stop
so in
playing
Oh,
what
with
you
well,
me,
now
bro.
presented,
they got
in what you
What are you
education. Now they
talking
presented,
got
there
an
about?
has to be
advantage
something
too.
going on the
You
outside. The
pandering,
only way
bro.
that this,
You pandering, bro.
only
Stop
I'm
way
that
that
not
this
shit.
pandering,
possibly
my
Stop
nigga.
works.
it.
I'm giving you
You
real
Hold
life
up.
and
pandering.
you don't want
You
to take it, but it's cool.
excuses. You making excuses for
I'm
niggas
not
that don't
making
want to make
excuses for
real
nothing.
fucking life decisions, nigga.
No, I'm not,
You
bro.
making
No, I'm not.
excuses. Yes,
No,
you
I'm not,
is.
bro.
Yes, you
I'm not,
is.
nigga. I'm
Yes,
not,
you
nigga.
is.
It,
I'm not,
Yes, you
nigga.
is.
Because
both of y'all are
every
right.
nigga that do that, there's a reason why everybody does what they do. You want to sit here and dwindle down
Also,
the reason to
everything.
make it not mean
Also,
nothing,
so you
but
telling
everybody
me
has
if
a reason for
somebody
the
go
shit that they
outside
do,
and shoot a
especially
motherfucker
niggas
in their
like
head
us.
because they feel like it,
Yeah, all right.
they got a fucking
Yeah, all right.
reason? Shut
Yeah,
the
okay.
man. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
all right, bro.
You
All right,
capping.
bro.
You
All right,
capping.
bro.
You
It's
All right,
it's
capping.
bro.
tough
You
because
capping. You
both
capping.
both of y'all are
Everybody gonna
presenting
sell
something.
drugs because they just
Wait, hold,
absolutely feel like it. You got
nah,
it, my nigga. That's cool.
both of y'all are presenting something. Both of y'all are
y'all
presenting
both
something.
angling
That
different
Okay.
points.
yeah, man.
He on
Because in
bullshit,
what
and
Okay.
he know he on bullshit,
nah,
but it's
because
okay.
what y'all are doing right
Come
now
on,
is
bullshit,
you're
bro. You lying.
I'm not lying, my nigga. You telling
You
me it's not a
lying.
reason for everybody to do what they do? That's a lie?
Niggas just don't want to do bad shit.
because you're presenting case by case.
That's
You're
bullshit.
presenting case
That's
by case
That's
bullshit.
basis,
bullshit.
though.
You don't know people
That's
that just want to
bullshit.
do bad shit? Bro, that's
Some people,
disingenuous
yes.
to the
Every nigga
motherfucker,
doesn't
bro.
just want
That's
to do
disingenuous
bad.
to the
What type of
motherfucker.
bullshit are you
You think
talking
Big
about?
U running around after he just sat down for 20 years and he just want to fucking extort niggas because it's a fucking situation? But it's a fucking circumstance? Bro, that's disingenuous to the motherfucker. He doing that shit because he can. Because he want to fucking get money off motherfuckers. You lying, bro.
And
You
I'm not
lying.
and
lying.
that's the
I'm
Because he
not
piece.
lying.
can do it.
That no,
You
because that's the
lying,
piece, bro.
bro.
There's certain
You
people.
lying.
You're presenting a general blanket to where it's all encompassing on a variety of
Case by
styles of
case.
crime,
Because guess what?
and
What you're
that
saying, Nick, hold on. I'm sorry, Ray. 'Cause I think we both are agreeing.
And I ain't even
What you
yelling. I
saying,
ain't yelling at you Nick, for real.
No,
But
I
that
know.
shit
I know.
feel
It's love,
disingenuous to
bro.
the
It's love.
motherfucker, bro.
It's
That
love.
shit
These the
just feel
conversations.
disingenuous because
It,
you saying like motherfuckers making decisions because they just in
listen.
situations.
Listen,
I've been
this is what I'm
outside,
saying.
motherfucker.
I
You
know
know
you've
what
been
I've been
outside.
through.
I know you've been
That's what
outside.
I'm saying, bro. That
And
shit
what I'm saying is this. And what I'm saying is this. If you was outside doing what you was doing, and a nigga looked at you and said, you just want to do bad shit, you would know that's a fucking lie. Don't play, bro. Don't play. Don't play.
That's something
Everybody
different,
ain't
though.
That's not
outside.
That's something
everybody.
different. What you saying
Exactly.
is
But
something
It's
that's not
not
different.
for
no.
everybody. That's my
That's
whole
something
point.
different.
That
Yeah, but
exactly.
you
It's
you're
always
Nigga,
something
spend
no
different
your
when it
ass
comes
on the
to
saga,
no
exactly.
nigga.
your whole point
Exactly.
Spend your ass on the
your whole point is
saga.
something else,
If
Nick.
you what? If you
Nick, the way
waking
you're
up every day and extorting motherfuckers, that shit is a choice.
I'm aware.
That's not because you
Nick, but the
don't want to
I'm
way
do
aware.
it. That is a
I'm not excusing
choice.
what Big U is doing. I'm
hold
not
on,
saying
Rose,
Big U
hold
is
on,
right.
Rose,
I'm not
Rose,
excusing
Nick,
what
hold
he's
on a
doing.
second. Hold on, Rose, because that is part of the reason why I'm saying the ripple effect is in my mind whenever we're presenting it, dog. There's certain people
I love
that
you, Nick.
I love you too,
there's
bro.
certain people that have genuine ill will. There's certain people that genuinely do not care about anybody when they're going out here doing it. And there are also people that have circumstances where they are just trying to survive. You have an entire spectrum where you're trying to present an all-encompassing blanket. There's no reason for what Rose's point is. If what Big U is being accused of, he actually did, there's no reason to justify that. What Diddy is facing charges for, what Kelly is facing charges, like all these names, and it doesn't even have to be someone famous to the point where you're affecting hundreds of thousands. There's certain people, when I say the ripple effect, word to what we spoke on with Cool Mo D, if you doing this to people that look like you, don't tell me about no community. You the first coon, as far as I'm concerned. So if you went out
And
here and
that's
you put something into a system or into an ecosystem to where you are heavily taken away, because when you and I chopped it, here's what I presented to him. I'm looking at it as like the way that we could possibly get there, in my mind, there has to be some type of threshold. There has to be some type of threshold, because if you're, I don't agree with, for example, certain things in certain places, like out here in Texas. If you steal something more than $1,000, that's a felony. That's insane to me. Most of these people have insurance. It's going to be covered back anyways. That's a part of the restitution to said person. So you might have to do a quick bid, but we change certain things as far as what a felony really should be, because not all felonies are the same. You have non-violent versus violent felonies, and same thing with misdemeanors. So we can't do an all-encompassing blanket when we have people out here doing dirty shit, and that dirty shit could take so much of a toll on somebody else, and now you would be expecting someone who has been harmed to just be okay with it. That's crazy to me. It's crazy, not so much in the idea of doing a rehabilitation. I think it's more so crazy, especially once you get into the point of you're doing a full-on life sentence. How does society gain from us focusing on you? We will never see you again. If you're doing the other things of what you're saying, that's still prison in
nigga, they
itself.
don't.
It's just that prison's not working effective.
I'm gonna
They
give you
don't.
the piece. I'm gonna give you the piece. Take a big U situation, or somebody in that type of situation. If you poor in a drug infested neighborhood, gun infested neighborhood, crime infested neighborhood, and you feel like, or you think that robbing folks or whatever the fuck is your way to make money, because we all know niggas don't make the best decisions when they broke. Yes, cool. So you start doing that. You get locked up for that, as you said, Rose, and go sit down for however long you go sit down for. If we all understand prison doesn't help anybody, when you come back and start continuing to do the same thing, is that not to be expected? So that's kind of my point. Is what
No.
I'm. Why would it not be expected if you just
No.
went somewhere that didn't focus on teaching you how to get back into society, doesn't set you
You a
up for
grown
getting
ass
back into
man.
society? How do you
I
not end
gotta
up
tell
right
you
back
not
doing
to
the same thing
extort
you was doing
motherfuckers.
before? We know what the recidivism rates are, and we know why they are what they are, because prison is about cheap labor. We understand that. So if we can remove that aspect and try to push it more towards rehabilitation, reintegration, and get a lower recidivism rate, that's what I'm pushing for, my brother. I'm not saying Big U is right. I'm not saying that shit is okay. I'm
I don't
not
give a
saying I
fuck about Big
understand.
U.
Now,
Me
hold on.
either.
Now,
I don't give a fuck
For
about Big U. I know niggas that's not supposed to get out of fucking jail, and you can't rehab them niggas.
and
Period.
I think this conversation has gotten lost. I
Period,
think we
bro.
started this
And you know
we
niggas that's
started
not
this
supposed to get out of
conversation
jail. And it's
on
disingenuous
that
if you
basis.
saying that some of these niggas is supposed to get out of jail, bro.
I
I
It's
haven't
think
said that.
disingenuous.
I haven't
I
said that one time,
No,
bro.
hold on, hold on,
I
he's
haven't
y'all.
said
no
that
he
one time.
I think the
Nick's stance is
conversation.
that you
What are
just
you arguing with me
continuously
right now?
rehabilitate.
What are you
Chill
Rose,
out.
arguing with me right now?
Nick's stance was you
I haven't
continuously
said these
rehabilitate.
niggas should come out one time. This whole conversation.
Bro,
But I
we
think
been
that's what it's getting
don't
lost
make
in
me seem crazy
translation
when we've been talking about this shit in the
between
chat. Don't do that.
this. I
I
think it's
never.
getting lost in translation, like Ray was
My
saying,
whole
like
point
the
has
case
been
by case.
my whole point has been rehabilitation this whole time. These niggas need rehab. You
Because you
telling
want
me
to
in it?
rehabilitate everybody, bro.
Yes,
You
bro.
want to rehabilitate everybody.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes. Why
no,
not? Why not? Why not?
no.
Why not? Why
Because you
not?
cannot do it. It's not
So
logical
you
and
shouldn't.
it's not
So you
fucking
shouldn't
real.
try. So you shouldn't try. So how do you determine who you should and shouldn't do it for?
They
What
determined
the
some of these
fuck?
people determined it when they did their crime. Some of
And
these people
so, and
determined it
now,
when they did their
Nick,
crime.
back to the question that I also asked you.
What
So
the
If you're
so
gonna
fuck?
rehabilitate,
No, hold on.
if you're
Let
gonna
Ev
do
get
it
off.
for,
Let
go
Ev
if
get
ahead.
you're
off.
gonna do it for someone who has a life sentence, who should have gotten the death penalty or a life sentence, and you know they're not coming home, why are you rehabilitating them to come back home? If
Do they? Do
it's
they?
that's why I was asking you, what's
Should
the
they?
gain?
Should they not have a healthier mind? Should they not have
Yeah,
a health?
and I absolutely.
Why do
Bingo!
you get to
Whoa!
no,
Whoa!
no,
That's it.
no,
That's it.
no, no,
That's it.
no,
But
fucking
I said you
no.
were no. But I said
Why do
I'm
you get
asking
to have a
you.
fucking healthier mind when you got to be the judge, jury, and executioner for another motherfucker and you mad because somebody else being the judge, jury, and executioner for you? Fuck
Dog.
no.
Again,
Fuck no, bro.
you
Hell
want to
no.
take it as because you did XYZ, you don't deserve XYZ. That's cool. That's cool if you want to live by that. Do you? I disagree.
It's not
We
that
can
I
move
want to
on.
live
I'm
by
We
it.
and
can
I'm
move
only
on.
coming from the
That's
We can
real
move
because I'm
on.
life.
saying it's not
Because
That's
when
realistic.
cool.
shit,
We can move on.
when shit break down, and when shit fuck up outside and then motherfuckers killing motherfuckers, you're gonna be like, hey, that motherfucker that just killed 10 people, we can't rehab him. You're gonna say
You
that.
can say that.
That's
You can
real
say that.
shit.
You can say it.
Man, come on.
You
Come
can
on.
say it.
So,
Because then
so you can
what's your
rehabilitate.
presentation?
So you feel like somebody could rehabilitate somebody that killed 10 people. You could
Yes, bro. I think
fuck
it's
all that.
possible.
You
Yes,
could
bro. I think it's
you
possible.
could rehabilitate Jeffrey Dahmer. You could rehabilitate him.
I don't know. I don't know. I
Ev,
don't know.
wait, go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, I was just going. I was actually agreeing. I was gonna say that I was agreeing with Nick. It's just it's not realistic, and that's what the point. That's the point that I'm arguing from. It's not a realistic case to do that for.
So what do
That's
you
why I
do
keep
with them?
asking,
What do you
what's
do
the
with them?
gain society wide?
What do you do with these people?
Boy, throw their ass in a hole. Nigga, you made your
That's the question
choice.
that I don't.
Throw your ass in a
That's the question.
hole.
That's the answer I
Bye.
don't
Because
have
if to
because
answer the
of
question,
Cool, cool,
the
Bye.
circumstances.
cool.
I don't have
All
that.
I'm saying
Bye.
is if that's gonna be the standard we want to live under, don't be mad when this shit happened to you. But we can move on.
no, but I'm also looking at it.
I
It's
don't give
like
a fuck.
don't if that's the
If I
same. No,
clap
hold on,
five
Rose,
motherfuckers,
hold
throw
up.
me in a hole. I don't give a fuck.
Cool.
No, and
You
it's also the
tripping.
same thing
Cool.
to just
Because
to
you
say
don't
that
hold on, real
openly.
quick, Ray. Real quick. You don't have to crack 5 motherfuckers to get thrown in that hole, especially in America. We can keep it moving.
I can crack
Because
one.
at the same time,
You
at the
can
same
crack
time,
none
bro,
and get put in the fucking hole, nigga. That's the point.
that's
Fuck are
not
you
the
talking
point.
about?
Okay.
That-
You
That's not
wanna
the point
you
because
wanna rehabilitate motherfuckers that's never getting out. That's stupid.
All right, cool. We can keep it pushing, bro.
It's not happening.
if you're going to if you're going to make the general
I'm
statement
sorry.
of
That's not
if
stupid.
it don't say anything,
It's not stupid.
don't say anything if it's going to happen to you, then at the same time you are now putting that same essence on top of the families that this has happened to. And that's the part that I'm having a hard time trying to grasp in this scenario. You would then be saying, on paper, this makes sense. And then when that crime has occurred to you and yours, if you got affected in that manner, these people,
But
you
you get a
might be
second
able,
chance.
you
I
wait,
don't
hold on,
push to
wait,
the
hold
death
on, hold on, hold
penalty,
on, hold on,
even if
hold
a
on,
nigga kill
hold on,
my.
hold on, hold on, hold on. What I'm saying is for both of y'all's points, it sounds good if you accept it. That's great. That does not mean your spouse, your children, your family, it will be now on that same accord. If they were taken, if something was taken from them that they can't get back, even if we're not talking about catching
Yeah, a
bodies, we're
life.
talking about something to a financial point of where it affected your life and put you backwards from where you were at currently in that day, or you had plans going forward that could have been invested in and has been invested in that did not get a chance to come to fruition. Because just in that same scenario, we also know there's certain people that get wronged, and then when they have to go back outside, they don't get anything back. They're just stuck with what that current situation is. They just got fucked. Whether it be a medical claim, whether someone doing wrong on the medical side, committing fraud, whatever the case may be, it's not always just catching a body. So if you now do not
Yeah.
have a potential to be as even, you are already behind the 8 ball, or you were successful and you can no longer be a successful member of society. That acceptance of, yeah, man, we're just going to rehabilitate them. You're trying to tell somebody that's going through all of those emotions and possibly in a position of being as fucked up as the person that did the crime, making that conscious decision not to go do what you did, and still having to endure a harder struggle than what I was already going through before you did this to me is a tall task, bro. That's a tall task that you're asking them to accept in the situation that you are presenting. And that in itself, because we can work around the maybe, because I'm more on the side of do a lot of stuff preemptively. Y'all know my profession. I'm a risk manager by trade. You do something on the front end to try to prevent the worst case scenario. So for the programs that you're speaking of, I want to see that for the outside before they end up getting there in the first place. I'm cool with that. Or it has to run simultaneously.
They also need to be there.
But that's why I went back to what Ev was saying. That's why Ev was right. It may not have
bro,
to be
we being like that's what I'm saying. Let's keep it clean. We're being realistic,
bro.
That shit's not being provided for citizens and civilians.
Yeah, because you're trying to work towards a utopian manner.
We're gonna jump the line for prisoners?
It doesn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a perfect utopia, but you would have to have a lot of underlying things to make it.
Is Finland a utopia?
Bro, stop comparing the whole fucking.
I know where you're going
because I know
where you're going with those. But we're talking
that's
about
not what we living
standards.
in, bro.
Yeah, that's we talking about.
I'm talking about. I understand, nigga.
I'm not saying it has to be a utopia. I'm saying what you're presenting is we would be working towards a utopian society, and there's nothing wrong with that. Working towards a utopian society.
Ain't no utopian society.
But we have to be realistic.
There's not, and so
there's not. So why not work towards one?
It's not. And I guarantee if somebody clips somebody you love, you're not gonna be talking about
somebody has clipped somebody I love, and I am talking rehab for them niggas. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. To the person that did kill my cousin, I don't want you to die, my nigga.
But that's you. And so
what we're saying is, I respect that.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm presenting to you. You might be able to accept that, but there's no guarantee on where the rest of the people around you feel that same
I'm
way.
not saying it has to be a guarantee.
So a nigga killed your cousin and you want motherfucking rehab?
Yes, bro.
Nick, all I'm saying is what you're asking, at least from my perspective.
Hold on, real quick. I want to have this conversation with him.
Was that a violent crime? Was that a violent crime? He shot him?
Mm-hmm.
And you want rehab for that person that shot your cousin?
Yes.
What if those other people don't want him out there? What if the people that live
I'm not saying he has to come back. I'm not saying he has to come back.
Hold on, Ray. Why do you want rehabilitation for him?
Because for whatever he had going on, for him to get to that point to do that to my cousin, I want to know what the fuck happened, what was going on, and get you to a point where you don't feel like you ever have to
rehabilitate that. Rehabilitate that.
I understand, and I'm on the side of that as well.
Hold on, Ray. So if that's your math, what did your cousin do for that shit to happen to him?
My cousin was just pulled up. My cousin.
If you want to know, all he did. He just pulled up.
No, I'm dead. I'm being so dead ass. There was a fight going on outside. My cousin pulled up to pick up his man. Somebody came outside shooting, and my cousin got hit. That's what happened.
Okay. And that story, for sure, I respect that, and I ain't gonna say nothing after that. All I'm saying is, why would you want rehabilitation for a motherfucker that's
let me ask you. If it's not that, and you just throw them to whatever the fuck to die or whatever the hell, how does that help any of the situation that's taking place on the outside? Because that shit doesn't stop when they go in. Somebody else is gonna come and take their spot. Just because Big U's gone, don't mean there's not gonna be another one.
I'm not even telling you to go die. I'm telling you to sit down and you gotta live with that shit. You gotta live with that shit.
You don't think you would have to live with it through rehab? Do you think rehab is like a gateway out of consequence?
You want something. I think the difference that we talking about, you want something nice for niggas.
It's not. It don't have to be nice, bro. What do you mean?
It kind of is.
How is it nice?
I just want to
How was rehabilitation not something nice for somebody, bro?
Because
have you ever been through rehab? That shit hurt.
Wait, hold on. No. Because part of it is
physical
rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Physical rehab, drug rehab, all of it hurt.
Physical rehab. But if I shot you, that ain't physical. So I'm gonna go through fucking mental rehab. My nigga, come on, dog.
Because there's certain or to that. Sorry, not skip it. Mental, physical, drug, and whatever rehab that is going on is helping you find peace. So I'm dedicating resource to help you find peace for what you did. That's the moral part that I'm saying. It might be difficult to try to reach that point without there having to be. You would have to present something in that underlying before we could just go blanket for everybody. I'm helping you find peace. If you at least give me in the meantime as we build toward it, all I'm saying is I might present it more as a compromise. In the meantime, as we build towards what you're saying, if that wasn't a reachable avenue, can you at least show me that we have a guarantee he's going to come back and he or she's going to come back and be a productive member?
And
Just
Ray,
at least
I'm
not saying add to it, not take away anymore. So if what you took away, we're having to put a value to as well. That life you have to put a value to.
I'm with that.
And that's the struggle that's coming back. You have to put a value because what that person may have lost and what they were worth to society, not even what they have to go through after. You might have been an investment in the community. You might have been having a job. You might have been feeding somebody, all that type of stuff. We never, even in our current justice system, as flawed as it is, for what the damages end up being listed is always something tangible. And it's not always tangible damages.
I feel
so we're saying accept this potential monetary value, even as of what it is right now for these intangible damages. Yeah. And then when we go through your program, that amount is going to be more. So it's whatever you did to me, plus the cost of whatever it takes to rehabilitate you. I'm supposed to say that equals what it did. That stuff that I can't get back. That's where I feel that disconnect is. And there has to be something in the way of building to that to make it more realistic. Because now it's just, the person that was wrong is completely out the hole completely in the hole still with whatever the situation is. Because while he gets rehabilitated, that's perfect. There's nothing that's giving them restitution.
You still got to pay restitution.
How? You're in jail.
How the fuck do they pay it now? How do they pay it now?
You don't. That's also part of the problem. They typically don't.
Okay. So
that's to my point of resources being used.
So here's my question: if the person that's getting outed right now doesn't have no fucking recourse for real, then what are we talking about? What type of, if they just getting out of the loop now because motherfuckers ain't paying their restitution now, and are we saying that the only recourse that they get is the death?
Nick, why do you want the person that killed your cousin to go through rehab and get out?
I don't want him to get out. I want him to go through rehab.
Now,
actually, I'm not gonna say that because that was a long time ago. He might be fine if he goes through rehab and can't come out. He might be able to come out.
And Nick, I agree with that stance. I'm with you because it's
what does that person have to offer to anything? Like
again, I'm not gonna hold somebody to their worst thing, bro. Outside of like kid shit, outside of kid shit and women shit.
I do respect that stance.
Outside of kid shit and women shit, I'm not gonna hold you to your worst thing.
I do respect that stance.
Like if you caught a body one day, or you caught a body one day or some shit, that's some terrible shit that you did. But I'm not gonna say that you could never offer anything else to society again. That's one. If you fucking with children or fucking with women, I'm out. That's my personal shit.
The only thing that I can't get around from in this whole conversation is if you run around chipping shit, which I know motherfuckers run around chipping shit, that is really hard to rehabilitate, and you cannot do it. I understand that.
I understand. This is my thing. Do you not think somebody running around chipping shit doesn't have a mental problem?
No. Okay, I think people make choices. I think people make choices. And
I think somebody on a killing spree. I think
that's where we disagree.
I think a serial killer, somebody that's out running around catching bodies, somebody that enjoys to go out and do that, or somebody that's geared up to run around. I think that person, there's something wrong with them.
Their choices could be influenced by something, by mental illness or something. That's why you discount choices. But the choices could be.
I don't know if choices, bro. Do you think all choices happen in a vacuum? I don't think so.
You don't think you wake up every day and choose to do shit?
Yeah, for sure. But I do think some of the shit I wake up and do today could be influenced by the shit that happened yesterday, or it could be influenced by the shit that happened when I first woke up.
So
I think we also
if you go out and shoot a nigga, and you stand on the stand and say, "Hey, bro, I was influenced by this goddamn music," what the fuck are they about to say?
No, for sure. That's a bad example. If you go out and shoot a nigga,
call it what you want.
If you go out and shoot a nigga and your hood has been at war for the last however long, there's context to things, bro.
But see, and
Also
that's
It
think
what I
can be
think we're
context,
losing in
but
this, though.
everything is
I think
choices, bro.
that's where we're losing in the entire
Everything is
conversation.
choices.
I said that to begin with.
Yeah, but
That's
you
what I
want to
said to begin with.
you
And
want to
nigga said I was making excuses.
You are making
Nah,
excuses because you want to rehabilitate a nigga that woke up that morning, got in the car, picked up the joint, Swiss cheese the motherfucker because he wanted to, not
Hey,
because he
that's
couldn't do it.
that's your
they,
interpretation.
He
no,
could
but
have sat in the crib.
there's
He could
also
have sat in the crib.
Yeah, and
And
there's
you
also
saying he
that.
couldn't.
if was a
You
fifth,
saying he
we'd all be
couldn't.
drunk. Go ahead, Ray.
Nah,
You
see,
saying he
and
couldn't.
there's also that convenience of applying what we're deeming as bad mental health based on a mass amount of thinking, and that's not fair to a situation. Because even as we've seen in history, some justice systems were an eye for an eye. More or less, what we have right now is still an eye for an eye. So if you take a body, we take yours. So if we've seen that all the way to the
How's that work
passive
out?
society where people get isolated or they get exiled from a community, whatever the case may be. That's all of these are congruent at the same time. The isolation, the exile, that's prison. The death sentence is still eye for an eye. We're combining everything together. So what you're presenting is isolating and just saying we're only going to rehabilitate because they're going to be exiled. You're saying you prefer them to be exiled.
Yes.
And then we continue to fund that exile. So if you told me that, if you told me that they were doing something while being rehabilitated that's funding their own rehabilitation, I might be able to walk with you there. I'm just
We can
presenting
work
the
that in.
perspective.
See,
So
hold on.
That's a
inside,
possibility. It's a possibility.
you know,
And
I'm not
that's where
against
I'm
that.
saying that's not realistic from the present
Nah.
stance of
that's
what we
not true.
have.
That's not completely true because we do have examples. We do have examples where it does actually. Texas has
What
a
American
20% recidivism. Texas has a 20% recidivism rate. That's it. And it
And why
only
is that?
spiked
And why
because
is that,
of
Ray?
COVID. Texas has a 20% recidivism rate. They fund everything inside the prisons. They build their own garments to the shoes. They have their own agriculture.
Y'all
They
check
have their
this
own
out.
meat packing plants, canning system, all that shit. They do everything in-house. They also train you and give you that opportunity to get some type of certification before you get out. There's many of these inmates that we see transitioning where they have a job 6 months before they get released, as long as you don't do anything. So there
And that's
is an
real.
example, but
That's cool.
You talking about
that
one
does not
state?
apply.
You just said that's
right,
utopia.
right. Hold on.
Now you talking about one state? We talking about a country.
One state, right? Because
That's what I'm
it does
saying.
not apply.
You can use the
it does not
model.
apply to
You
everybody.
can use the
Hold on,
This
model.
country
No, it
been around how
The
long?
doesn't work
How's
like
the
that
model
for
does
work?
not
everybody,
work
bro.
for everybody. The model
It does
does
not
not
work for
saying.
everybody. Thank
because
you.
there's
Nick,
also
put the realism cap on.
advantages.
How likely is it?
There's also advantages that Texas has that
How
other states
likely
don't.
is that?
We know this. There's
Unlikely than
advantages
a
that Texas has that
motherfucker.
other states don't.
That's my
Even for
point.
this,
How
That's
likely
you know
is
what I'm
what?
saying? Even
Hold on. How likely is what?
what you're saying. What Texas has for the entire country to follow it. How likely is that?
Because if it was real, it would be happening.
It's happening in
Everybody would be
Texas, so
doing
it
it.
is real.
That's
No.
one
No.
fucking state. That's
No.
one
Let's not be
state.
dense. Let's not
That's
be
one
dense. Let's not
state.
be
We're
dense.
not
be
being
Let's not
real.
be dense.
We're
Let's
not
not be
being
dense.
this.
Don't say
It's
the whole country would do it.
United
Don't
States,
say
nigga.
Don't say the whole country would do it because Texas is doing it, as if that makes any motherfucking sense. As if all the states in the damn
What are
country
you
had the
talking
same.
about?
That's no.
the same
Listen,
purview
Nick.
as
Hold on,
Texas.
Nick. Now
What are
you
you
put your
talking
thinking
about?
cap on. You're saying my point now.
I'm
That's
saying,
highly unlikely.
if there's
to
a
happen.
way to lower the recidivism rate, and we see it through how Texas is doing it, you don't have to do exactly what the fuck Texas is doing it, but whatever you can apply that Texas is doing it and it works in your state, how can that not be done?
How likely
What's
is it
A
to
lot of
happen?
that shit.
What?
A
No,
lot of that
answer
shit
my
working in
question, bro.
Texas.
How
A lot
can
of
it
that
not
shit
be
working in
done?
Texas because motherfuckers getting shipped.
All right, bro.
That's the question I keep asking. I keep asking you.
Niggas don't want to
Right,
answer
you
my
can-
question.
you can-
Niggas
You
just
didn't
wanna
even
keep
have
Niggas
this
can
point
tell
until
it.
he said Texas.
Niggas keep
Motherfuckers
saying.
out there getting shipped, and you can tell
didn't have this
Motherfuckers
What
out
point?
there-
I've been said if you sit here and put in job situations, education, rehabilitation to get people more able to go back into society, that's what the fuck Ray is talking about.
And then
What
I
are you
just
talking
said,
about?
Nigga,
look at the realism
Nick,
of the country
if
and
niggas that's
resources.
outside can't
How
get
many
jobs,
can they do that? And
motherfuckers-
will they do
come
that?
on, dog.
Will they do
What?
that? You
Again,
keep talking about will they?
Again, I said, if you have the model here, why can you not do that? You answer me by saying, how realistic is it?
Because you
Answer my
think that
question,
works for
nigga.
Because they don't want to
You think
do
that
it.
works for
Okay, cool.
everybody. That doesn't work.
Hey, I'm Nico, 1/2 of Keep It Clean HR department, and we got a little heated there. That happens. That's okay. We want to make sure that we're having the proper conversations, though. We want to make sure that we're centered in what we're talking about and we're pushing for solutions, even amidst the disagreement. So we took a break, decided to reconvene and reshoot to finish out that segment and the rest of the segments that we had for the show. Rose wasn't available for the reshoot, only for scheduling reasons, nothing that had to do with the disagreement. But y'all will get that part 2 to this episode on Friday. But for now, Keep It Clean episode 5. Answer my question, bro. Keep It Clean podcast episodes out every Tuesday. Like, comment, and subscribe. Till then, keep it clean.